G'day, my name is Joel Rasmussen from Southern Cross Combat. And ahead of his Fight at One championship, I am talking to Mr. Reece McLaren. Reece, thank you so much for your time. How are you today?
Yeah, doing really good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be talking to you again. How is the day been treating you so far?
Yeah, man, 5Ks in the books. Done a good meat grinder at the gym, and yeah, just kicking along. Doing it for the Anzacs today.
Absolutely. Talking about the meat grinder at the gym, I'm assuming, would that be CMBT?
Yep. Training full time out of Combat Training Center here on the Gold Coast, and yeah, man, putting together a really well rounded camp.
How has that change of gyms been? The last time I spoke to you, you were training out of a different gym. How is it to move gyms?
Man, it's been yeah, I think it's been nearly one of the best things that's happened to me at my career at this stage. I'm really enjoying the direction of my MMA and enjoying the process again. It's not, yeah, it's MMA, it's mixed martial arts, and we're just putting everything together, man. It's been a delight.
How are like the training partners you get at CMBT?
Many vast and the best. I truly believe I am training with the best uh, flyweights in Queensland for sure.
Do you get a is there like a is there a lot of flyweights at CMBT?
Yeah, there's heaps. We got a good amateur team, and man, it's really the first time in a long time I've trained with professional mixed martial artists as well at flyweight, which is it's just been a dream, man. Like, just yeah, it's been unreal.
How is that to be so like developed in your career and now you're like and now we're training with people who are now like me?
Yeah, man, it's exciting. It's really exciting. It's like it's just a different process, even though it's very similar. It's just man, it's just professionalism to another level. I've been given schedules. I've been given really good direction. Open training too. Like the coaches, the coaching staff have all been very open to follow a different direction in which way we take things. And uh, it's so crazy as a mixed martial artist. I'm still developing, still learning, and that's exciting.
When you say that, like how is that balance of like obviously I'm assuming you're set in your ways, you know the things that work for you, but then you come into a new team and they're going to add things. How is it to kind of balance both?
Yeah, it's for me, like I come in not really knowing what to expect, and I've been absolutely just blown away by Miles. He's totally just taken this whole camp by its reins. And he said to me at the very beginning, he goes, he'll put in the energy I put in. And I told him I'm putting it all in. And that's exactly what he's done. He's matched me and challenged me, and I've challenged him back, and that's, we're so open to just learning. And that's what we've definitely done this camp is learned a heap. I've added so much more to my game, and I'm excited to showcase.
What are some of those things that you've learned?
A lot of different controls, if you will. Strategic movement in the stand up process is just something I haven't touched upon in a very very long time. And yeah, it was like there was just a strange direction in which I wanted to take things, and I found a home that are doing that and pushing me towards that. It's very exciting.
Is it in the terms of geography, is it a far move for you? Is it a far further distance to travel now?
No, it's man, Burley is a bit of a hub. There's a number of jiu-jitsu gyms and MMA gyms all within like a 5K radius. And if anything, it's 2 minutes less to travel.
With CMBT, are people? I know you've been training with some other people as well that aren't typically just at CMBT. Have you been going to other places? Have people been coming to you?
No, mostly everyone's yeah, I've pretty much trained full time out of CMBT for this camp. And I've had my brother come down, and uh the early stages of this year, I was up the sunny coast a little bit, so I got to work with Sean Gauchi and the Ignite team up there with Ryan Dunstan. That was good fun, man. And it was a good way just to start this fight camp, if you will. And man, we've just been firing on all cylinders since.
Oh, that's why I brought that up. I recently spoke to Sean Gauchi. He talked about training with you. I
Yeah,
know you, as you said there, this camp has been at CMBT, but how was going up the Sunshine Coast and training with the Dunstan Death Squad?
yeah, it's awesome. I've known them for geez, almost 14 years now. I've trained under Ryan a few times in my very very early career, and yeah, he's put together a fantastic team. Obviously, Sean Gauchi doing what Sean's doing is yeah, it was such a pleasure to work with him and get such good rounds in. He almost gave me a few stitches, ended up being a bit of glue, but and I'm telling you, we battle tested this fight camp. We're revving, man.
Everything's good though. We got nearly stitches, but no stitches.
No stitches, bit of glue, bit of glue.
Held together with glue and tape.
Yeah, that's it.
Um, Sean he used to fight at flyweight. He went up to bantamweight. He's now coming back down to flyweight. What if you know anything about that? What are your kind of thoughts on Sean's move back to flyweight?
I think that's a fantastic move. I think he is more of a natural flyweight. We both have the trouble of enjoying food too much and kind of block out a little bit. Not in fight camp and stuff. So most of our battles is the bloody scales. But man, I think with a bit of professionalism from us both, we'll get that under control, and the next time around won't be as hard as what we've made this one. Not that this one's overly hard for myself. But I don't have to cut big weight, so I'm exactly where I need to be.
This might have been something we spoke about the last time I talked to you, but how nice is that? Like, you're not cutting weight. You have to diet more, I'm assuming, to make up for that. But how is it as an athlete, as especially as a fighter, to not necessarily have to do the weight cut?
Yeah, it's in a way it's a big relief. Like I feel like if I was to be fighting at flyweight in any other organization, I'd be doing exactly what I'll be doing now, except still have the weight cut to have to deal with. With one, it's almost like I just got to get down to where I need to be, and then make sure that I'm, only fluctuating that kilo and a half, not trying to drop, the bloody 5% of your weight within the week or whatever it is, which is, it could be as big as 4 to 5 kilos within the week. That's we're small. It's a lot of weight to move.
Talking about the training partners you get at CMBT with the flyweights there, training with Sean Gauchi and stuff. I had this conversation with Sean. We talked about the balance between training with people who are your weight, but knowing that because there's not a lot of them, one day your paths must have to cross. Not that necessarily may happen to you being signed to one, but because of that, and it's kind of a small pool, I was just wondering, have you ever trained with Stephen Ursig?
No, I haven't. I was meaning to reach out to him for his camp in Brazil, but yeah, look, Stephen, he's for Tim Moore and he fought Shannon, both ex training partners. The way it is, I'm pretty happy with where I am. I don't think there will be an organization change. I started with one. I feel like I'm going to end with one, and I'm stoked with that. One championship has been absolutely amazing, changed my life. So I can't not be thankful and whatever. So yeah, look, down the track, I'd love to head off Perth and train with him for sure.
Is it a little bit of that? Not so much the fighting aspect, but like because there's not heaps of competitors at flyweight in Australia, is it a little bit of like everyone knows someone or knows someone who knows someone type thing?
Yeah, I mean, he's a veteran of the sport. Like I said, he's fought training partners of the past. So yeah, look, we've known of him for such a long time. I'm stoked for his opportunity. I hope he takes it both hands and gets that win, gets that world title.
Not talking about other people now, talking back to about you. I didn't mean to talk about other people, I promise. Last time I spoke to you was ahead of your last fight, and it's going to be nearly a year to the day. Exactly. I believe it's a year. It's 2 days off a year. How has that year been for you?
Man, it's been one of the most frustrating years of my life. I've been trying to get a fight pretty much since that happened, and then the whole steroid controversy that happened, and the standing not being overturned and having to deal with the loss, and yeah, it was a challenging year. I definitely stayed active, stayed in the gym. I probably could have been doing more in that aspect, but well, man, it is what it is. We're here now, and just another. This is now the new next run for the title. This is our title run now, so it all starts next week.
As you said, like not ideal, not what you were looking for. Was there any like what were those issues that crept up and kept you out of fighting?
But just not getting matched. That one, we're working on their Muay Thai and their striking aspect of the game. I mean, a lot of mixed martial artists and kickboxers didn't get fights last year, so I was lucky to get the one, and super thankful. It was in America. I made my American debut. That was that bucket list sort of stuff, and yeah, look, it was just disappointing that I didn't get another fight last year. And trust me, I nagged like you would not believe.
How was it to go over to the States? Did you get a chance to like hang out afterwards?
Uh Not. We went off early. Yeah, it's just making weights tricky. You're pretty low of energy. You do your training sessions, and all you want to do is like rest. So I didn't really go out sightsee too much. Just stayed around the gym, stayed around the hotel because you got to be near those scales. And at the end, I wasn't there for a holiday. I was there to get a job done, and unfortunately, it didn't go my way. And just ate some pizza afterwards. Got a bit depressed and heavy, and
What
it's all good.
was what was the pizza of choice?
There was a really sweet pizza bar. It was just anything, everything, just pizza.
I couldn't imagine having to make weight while over in the States where I'm sure there's food everywhere.
Yeah, look, I took it as professionally as I could, and there was a food company that looked after me. They pre-made all my meals, and man, that fight, I try to be as professional as possible and have everything lined up, near no stone unturned. But looking back, I left a lot of stones unturned. It just is what it was.
What were some of those stones?
Neglecting my jiu-jitsu. I should have been doing more wrestling. Um, Look, man, it's just it is what it is. I don't want to complain, or I could have done this, could have done that. He came in super strong, and I couldn't negate it, and just got a bit manhandled. Really, weight bullied.
Is that grappling aspect something you've worked on this camp?
Oh yeah, the grappling monster's coming back. That's all I can say. I've grown horns and a tail, man. I'm breathing fire. It's coming.
How is it to be back grappling then if it's something you feel you didn't focus too much on? How is it to be back?
Oh man, it's mixed martial arts. Secret's what got me to where I got, and I really neglected it. And at the end of the day, man, I just had to realize, I'm not a striker. I'm gonna try and make it look as pretty as possible. But this bridging the gap has just become me now. I'm bridging the gap. Like, oh, I'm excited to showcase, man. This is gonna be something different. Fans are in for a treat.
Now, you mentioned there was controversy after the fight. Your opponent failed a performance-enhancing drug test outside of competition. That fight then didn't end up getting overturned. I saw you talk about it. Was that something that you were really like following up and they shut down? Like, what was the process of that?
Yeah, look, I made a formal complaint, and yeah, no, just nothing come of it. So for me, a bit of water under the bridge now. It's done. I don't have the prettiest record. It's not going to get any more pretty. So it is what it is.
Is that something that, as a fighter, like in the scene and in the sport, it's obviously it's controversial and it's not really spoken about. Was the concept of people you fight being on performance enhancing drugs something that you had ever thought about before?
Oh no, always. It's always on my mind, and I hope that there's more transparency in testing, and that we get tested more. I'd love you started, someone to come knock at my door and piss in a cup. I clean the cup. You know what I mean? Like I've been clean my whole career. There's no if buts or anything. I just would never touch it, no matter what the circumstance. Yeah. Look, people cheat, and I think they've been cheating very well. So I'm hoping that there's more testing and more clearance and more transparency with it.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Kairat has been taken out of the rankings and he got suspended. When you look at the rankings now, his name isn't there at least. So does that, there's kind of a punishment there. There's not really, but for yourself, does that take away kind of momentum that you're building? Because you do suffer a loss, even though the loss is tainted. How is it mentality wise?
Yeah, no, it sucks. Like you want to get onto a good winning streak, so then it's sellable for title fights and whatnot. 4-fight win streak sounds better than won his last fight. And it's like losing sucks, man. Losing sucks at any level. I hate losing fucking like cards. You know what I mean? So it's like it was just very frustrating. Definitely come out of that fight very depressed, and it was hard to explain to people, how strong he was. It was ridiculous.
How is that then the bounce back kind of like, how do you right yourself when you then have that year away?
Yeah, look, again, it was just a frustrating year. It was very slow. Financially, it was a nightmare. We really need two fights a year sort of thing. And I was excited. I signed a new contract. It's the best contract I've ever seen. And this next one with a win, it's definitely going to set us very well. I'm not really doing this for myself anymore. I got a family, and that's pretty much number one in my priority now is my baby girl and my wife. So they're fighting for a lot more reason
to now be back. Like just asking the things I've already asked you, I can tell you your face lights up. Like I know you're excited, but how is it? Like we're here.
We're here, bro. This is for me. I'm just trying to be as thankful and counting my blessings, because I honestly was starting to think that I wouldn't be fighting again for a long, long time. With the noise I made, and I just figured, what, man, closed mouth don't get fed. I'm just gonna be loud and not obnoxious, but definitely loud. Make as much noise as I can and try and just get as much press. Social media is a pretty powerful tool, so I thought, if I get on it, get loud, and something will come of it. And I've been blessed with this fight, and yeah, I'm just counting my blessings as this fight's coming around. It's 1 week out now. Oh man.
You said there about how competitive you are and you don't like losing cards. Have you always been like that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, bad. Ask my brother. He not a lot of things he's beat me in.
I can imagine. How is that then? What's it like training with you when you've got that like competitive edge?
Yeah, I definitely try. Look, I don't want to get sucked into like gym wars and stuff, so I just negate with movement, and as long as I'm winning somewhat like the clock or learning, then that for me is learning. But when it comes to like jiu-jitsu and stuff, it's sometimes it'll be a battle to the death. You know what I mean? Taking me down.
I ain't tapping.
Yeah.
So you talked about how one gave you that opportunity and helped grow your career, and it's kind of a home for you. And we talked about that the last time we spoke. And it feels like you have been such a staple of one championship. Now, when they've got not programs, but shows like Friday Fights, where like people are constantly fighting for a contract, especially like young up and coming Australians. Do you ever look at that and be like, damn, man, I wish I had that when I was on the come up?
Oh yeah, big time. Even just like having the one app and you can hop on there and watch any fight you want. I remember back in the day, if you had a 4-minute highlight reel or someone, they were the best. Like they really were. But sitting there waiting for the whole bloody video to load. Now it's just at the touch of your finger, and it's streamed pretty much every Friday and almost every weekend. There's fights. So it's yeah, what a time to be alive. What a time to be a fight fan.
Absolutely. What do you make of like some of the Australians who are also kind of becoming a little bit of that staple? Like when we're talking about, like, I think of someone like Cooper Royal. That's who I think of. I feel like he's a guy who's kind of coming to his own in one championship.
Yeah, no, I hope the Aussies always back the Aussies on any national, international, I should say, stage. The kid's apparently nice and he's loud on the social media. So
He's playing the game.
yeah, man, exactly right. You know, we're all out here trying to get a payday and become world champions, and that's chase it, bro.
Talking about there, as you just said, we're all trying to become world champion. So, as you said, the run starts now. How is it to kind of be at the beginning of that run? You know, you're in the top 5. A win here could really shoot you into that spot.
Yeah, no, I always look, man. If you've been following my career, I always feel like I am one fight away from that title. I'm the only one in the top 5 that hasn't fought DJ. Everyone else has fought him. I've been in the top 5 since the rankings come out. I've been ranked since the rankings have come out, and I definitely feel like I don't get my props and don't get as appreciated as I probably should be, and that's just the way it is, man. It's at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm just tuning in, and I always put on exciting fights.
Could we see maybe a promo on DJ after the win?
Yeah, look, man, look, I'm 100% focused on this one guy, one fight at a time at the moment. But straight up, man, I'm always one fight away from that title. So
You said about you noticed to play the game of social media and loudmouth get fed. How do you like that? What are your thoughts on more or less playing the game?
I think if it's authentic, it's fine. I think if you're going a little bit out of your own comfort zone and trying to create something that you're not, that's not real. I don't know, man. I'm all about authenticity. With me, I wear my heart on my sleeve. You get what you get. You're gonna get what you got.
In that sense, then, who is Reece McLaren?
Ah, man, I'm just a lucky boy from Christmas Island, representing the 679, 8, and I'm just having fun. This is what a life I've been living.
You were fighting Hugh Yong in your fight. He is ranked number 5. You're ranked number 4. What are your thoughts on him as an opponent?
Yeah, I'm super stoked. I think he's a dangerous striker, and he's on a 3-fight win streak, and he holds a good win over the Korean that beat Yuya last. And yeah, I think he's super dangerous, and I'm just ready, man, just to get in there and just do my thing.
Reece, I thank you so much for your time. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Safe travels. When do you fly out?
We fly out Tuesday, so yeah, it's going to be a quick turnaround for us. Fly in Tuesday and get it done Saturday.
Do you ever? Is it a big deal for you acclimatizing? Is that something you ever worry about?
I'm more worried about the jet bloat.
Mm.
Tends to be, doesn't matter what you eat or drink or whatever on an airplane, you seem to put on a bit of weight. So I'm just a bit concerned about that. But otherwise, man, it is what it. Yeah, we're going.
Shift in the atmosphere. It messes with the calories.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. You always put on weight. It's crazy.
Reece, I thank you so much for your time. Thank you for talking to me today.
No worries. Thanks for having us.